very pleased to come up live because I work as a stage actress and as a vocalist. For me, even though it has to do with my healing, it's very exciting. So I still have a little bit of butterflies, and I prepared some things so that you can get to know a little bit my personality and how I do my work. So first of all, thank you. I'm sending you really good energy from New York City, in the heart of Little Italy, to wherever you are. My name is Flo Anka, and I was born in France, but I came here for the magic of entertainment. And so one of the ways that I've empowered my life is through this healing technique called Theta Healing. So for the last 18 years of my life, it's been part of my process, right? It's a dynamic therapy that combines meditation, vision boarding, and focused conversation, right? So I'm a master or certificate of science in that technique. I even have the DNA 4 training, which is basically Harry Potter for adults. It's very woo-woo. But I wanted to record this little video invitation because I'm preparing a solstice, meditation training. And so I wanted you to know, if you want to make the time, I wanted to give you an incentive for participating and for letting your friends, your colleagues know about it, who want to clarify a little bit their thinking around how we look at life, at what we're creating, right? In a way that's a little bit broader than just having projections for the company or having goals. So this is going to be a little bit of an introduction, like an incentive to why it's important to clarify, right? So the first thing that I'm going to ask you is, if you're watching live, because at the end I'd like to answer a couple of questions, please share to your network, or let somebody know that you feel might be exciting to learn a little bit about. If you know me, about the work I do. I actually don't know who's in the room. I see numbers, so thank you so much for being here. Okay, so I've been doing a couple of live events that were audio on personal growth, right? Because it's really what I specialize in. And I love the engagement, the participation in the room, because it's a little bit more to the point. Like, we want to get value. It's not like the other social networks where it's about friendships and, just about people learning how to express themselves. So it's really important for me in this context to understand how I can best support you. So what I was doing in the previous trainings was more help and clarification on relationships. Because when you decide to work on yourself, the way that the people in your life relate with you is the first thing that's going to change. But you want to be elegant about it, because it's not just because you're organizing a few things in your brain, then you're not going to hide under a rock or just exclude everyone in your life because they're not worthy of your presence, because now you have self-respect all of a sudden. So it's really a process. It's going to be nuanced, and you want somebody that's going to help you feel empowered, but also just tap into your wisdom without being radical. So it feels a little advanced, in a way to introduce in just blah blah video. So I thought it's better to meet one-on-one if there's a particular relationship that you want to discuss. If you have a coworker that's difficult, if your child is driving you crazy and you can't focus in your life, or even if it's a relationship, like a romance that you want to strengthen, or the way you're looking at attracting a partner. So then just let me, right? But it feels that it's a little bit too advanced in a way to introduce in the trainings on LinkedIn. So I thought, what could be more more to the point, and where we could be a little bit more fluid, and you can, the sky is the limit. So I thought that manifesting that we teach in the healing trainings, when I help people get their certification, that's a really tangible thing that everyone can get, and we don't need to be so cautious about the decision we're going to make outside of, changing our perspective. So the first thing you can do is go on my profile. You can either schedule a meeting with me. I think I said schedule your healing. I thought it was poetic at the top. And then I can catch up with you on the phone. Or if you go in the featured section on my profile, of course, you can look at my newsletter. But the link there says apply for a complimentary consultation. So then that can be more tailored to your circumstances. So this topic of manifesting, it's actually very, very common now. A lot more people, like the technique that I'm teaching started in 1995, and it was very cutting edge at the time. Now it's very much common science, right? There is a lot of research that's being done on how the brain works and how we can be more efficient with what we're creating. So it would be more tangible because there's no limitations on how much you can dream. I would say it's even a muscle, right? We're looking at what are the blocks when we're manifesting. If there's any limitation, if we feel some resistance, then this is going to be a wonderful thing to look into. The question is more, can you handle your dream? Can you handle the manifestation you say you want? Because sometimes with our mind we say blah, 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 and then the heart is asking for something else. The heart is like, well, I've had a really tough year. It's been difficult because of this, that. Let's relax a little bit. And your brain is like, but I need better numbers with my company. So usually what's getting manifested is actually what the heart wants. So the process of working with a healer or doing some trainings is going to get you a sense of getting the gravity of like, ooh, this is what resonates more. Right? So can you handle your dream? The question is, can your subconscious think is safe for you to have your dream come true? And we can be very down to earth about it. Right? Making more money is a great dream. You can manifest being assertive with your communication, or I don't know, you can manifest more personal time. At the end of the day, it's always going to be about the energy behind the words. It's really up to you what you create. So that's going to be the object of the training that I'm offering to you for free on the live audio event on the solstice day, because it's supposed to be good because of the moon and everything. Just trust me on it. So when you work with healing, right, either in one-on-one session or if you learn how to do it for you just to figure out what your brain is doing, it's going to give you the mental space so that things come to you naturally with a flow. And so then also you can be confident about what is meant for you, right? So normally when you make projections in your business, you use SMART goals, right? But you already know how to do that stuff. So I'm sure it's working well enough. When you want something, you work towards it. That's already common knowledge. I'm looking for something else, right? Something a little bit more nuanced, and I'm looking for a flow. I'm looking for something that feels truly aligned with you. Only you can know what it is that you are capable of doing. So my little brother, I always give his example because first of all, he's much taller than me, which is annoying. But he makes me laugh because he talks about his company and his business projections, and then he's like, see? As if it was brilliant that he knew how much he was going to grow. But I think it's the other way around. He only grew this much because that's what he manifested. He trained his brain to know that's what he was comfortable with. Right? So I'm not looking for you to be right because you're already right. Everything that's in your subconscious is being is being activated in your current life. When you work with me, or when you harness this power of manifesting and manifestation that we're gonna dig deeper into the training and the guided meditation on June 21st, I'm looking for you to expand your vision of what's possible. It should be a sensation of ease when you're receiving. Right? So we already said the advancement of science, the research that's being done about how is it that the brain creates. I think that working hard to get what you want, it is obsolete. It's 2023. Let's transcend, right? Let's get a little sci-fi about it. So you want to be savvy about how you make decisions, but you shouldn't be in a place where everything is mentally heavy or where there's pressure, right? Because it's not going to be a clear decision-making process. So I chose manifesting because it's if you're stuck, it's the device to get you in motion. But at the end of the day, it's not really the only thing, right? It's more about the team in place, the people in your life, and it has so much to do with the leadership. You want to be clear to make the decisions. But if you're stuck, if you're stressed, forget about it. The results are going to be confusing. So you just want to organize your thoughts a little so you can be focused and you can have a clear vision, okay? So the way our brain is wired is to protect us. But sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what it is that we want or why we think what we think, right? So it's about halftime. I'm gonna make an intermission. Let's see. I'm gonna go back in the little room to see my little heads. I don't see names. It's learned during COVID. Thank you. I see a couple of you hanging in there, so we can still watch on the replay. But yes, during the COVID, I was only teaching in person, and then we started teaching the technique online, and I learned patience. So it's okay that my computer can be slow sometime. I can be gracious about it. So if you want to share a little something on your feed, it's great. If you want to already register for the live audio event for the solstice, I would really love to have you there. I sent invitation to literally everyone that was connected to me, so any effort to make it a really deep celebration of what we want to create together, I appreciate. It means a lot to me. So when we think about what we've created so far, I want to tell you that you have made the right decisions. With the information that you had, you have made the right choices. They brought you to where you are, right? And it's a little bit tricky, because I could also say, right, everything that's in your life right now, you have created it. And I can go one step further and say that every experience in your life is at the service of your growth, right? Your life is being created for you so you can learn a few things. So I say that regardless of the situation you're in, it's a circumstance, it's something that your soul is strong, can handle, okay? So when we look at manifesting, essentially you're learning about the power of human creativity. It's like the simplicity of Merlin, the magician, and then a Japanese manga, which is intense, right? At the end of the day, if you focus your thoughts, you're going to have great results. Because you're not using just your mental intelligence, like if you're making a goal, or if you're only looking at the data, but you're harnessing the power of your whole being, your soul, your life force. So let's think for a moment about what is it that we want. What is it that you want? It's nice if you know right away. I saw one time this clip online, and Oprah was being asked the question, what is the most common mistake people make? And she said it's not knowing what they want, right? So I agree, and at the same time, I think you shouldn't pressure yourself if it's not clear yet. I don't think we live in a world where you should want something now and it should be clear already so that you can make the big bucks. Sometimes it takes a minute to figure out what you're into, right? Obviously, your college sweetheart, how you made the choice of this person is not the same as if you're remarrying after 3 children, right? You're just a little bit more seasoned. You know your needs. You have a little bit more agency. Hopefully you're not heartbroken, in which case give me a call. We can work on it. So I prepared the training for the solstice day, the summer solstice. The moon is going to be in the right place. Like, let's just have fun with, all the traditional knowledge that's from different cultures. And then business savvy and everything that you already have, right? We can, why not include the rest of the stuff? Why not let science be influenced by the spiritual and the other way around? Right? Let's work together. So the more you embrace different aspects of your life, you're gonna have just focused, you're gonna be laser clear, and your subconscious is not gonna get in the way of what you think you want, or we're gonna get some clarity. Is this what you're doing because you think you should want it? Is it somebody else who suggested that's the right thing for you? So we're gonna go a lot deeper so you can honor yourself and learn how to tap into what it is that feels correct for this moment. No pressure. You don't have to, I don't want to say Rome wasn't made in a day. I think it's from the time of Julius Caesar, like invading all of Europe. I guess cultures do that. It's a bad habit. We should all learn to be together and live happily with one another. But anyway, if we look at manifesting, some people are already super manifester, right? They think of something and then somehow the opportunity comes. But manifesting is super healthy and it's super easy to explain, especially when your life is stuck, because it's going to give you the capacity to put things in motion. At the end of the day, it's going to be about how you get clarity, how you make decisions. It's going to be about the leadership of your heart, and how you connect with the universe, the people around you, with your energy. If every Monday morning you get to your office or to the meeting with your team and you're just cranky already, you're not going to get the best results. We no longer live in the world where this is the leadership style, So doing healing work is going to give you a different tool for listening. Okay? So again, if you have big issues you want to address, that's cool. We can work one-on-one. The idea is you want to clear a maximum of your blocks, of subconscious blocks, of things that are hindering you before you go and manifest, because it's going to create so much space. We can look at how you see the situation, and I want you to be good to go in 2 weeks, right? So what we're going to do with manifesting is we're going to give ourselves a time for self-reflection, right? Really being introspective and honoring yourself. Sometimes, for those of you who've had children, it's easy to make the wellness of your own family, of everyone else, the priority. So when manifesting, it's going to be all about you. So I'm going to help guide your meditation to encourage looking inside, right? What's your passion? What's your values? What do you want your legacy to be? I mean, sometimes when I'm accompanying people in a program called Growth Acceleration, depending on where you're in your career, it's different questions that come to the table. So it's, again, the healer, the person who's accompanying you is just holding the space so you have a transformation. and kind of like watching what's outside of your comfort zone. Outside of your comfort zone might be just a little more kindness for yourself, right? It's not about radical, empowered, I am a this, right? It's like, let's look at what makes things easy. Let's look at what allows more support from others. We want to stop being in patterns where, everybody is high maintenance. We want to embrace like knowing what it's like to experience the abundance. So the training is going to guide you for that. We're going to write the goals down, right? And I call them goals, I call them manifestation, whatever. It's a to-do list for the universe. It doesn't matter. It's really great though. I have an entire notebook, and I have a relationship with my manifestation. When something's done, I have the satisfaction of crossing it down, crossing through the line. I can also see when stuff becomes obsolete, like it doesn't excite me as much. So it gives you a sense of reflection. You can look at it 2-3 days later and be like, this is more exciting than I thought. And then you can take actions, you can have different conversations, you can talk about it with a mentor, and there you get going, right? If you're manifesting, you're not going to stay stuck in your life. It's going to put things in motion for the better or worse, right? Sometimes, leaving a job is a decision that we're making. Is this the most comfortable? It depends. Sometimes, a really different colleague or manager, it can be a way to empower ourselves to think, well, I think I should go for a promotion. I think I'm ready for the next level, right? So the pressures in your life that are currently feeling, they might be a little wink from the universe to get you inspired, to get you going, to actually move on to what you're meant to be doing. So let's not judge or criticize ourselves or blame ourselves for what's already there. So once you organize your thoughts a little bit, I'm going to guide you. It's a very deep meditation. I teach it all the time. I love accompanying groups. So I'm going to give you something, and even if you want, I'll send you the recording of just that guided visualization, so you have a tool, later on in 6 months to go back and make some choices and then tap into this deeper consciousness. Okay? So this is it. I mean, making a decision to move forward in life, it's personal. Sometimes it's because we have an illness, so there's a really bad breakup, or we're just so bored and it's unbearable, right? So it's okay that there's a little bit of a trigger. The question is, when you decide to show up for yourself, when you recognize, I'm motivated, I'm going to do this, you are going to manifest like a team of people that keep you accountable, right? That's why you can come and do sessions every week. And I'm telling you, you work with me for 3 months, your life is going to change, right? If nothing you change in your life, it's going to be a good time. I can promise you, right? But we're looking for the kind of manifestation, not that gets you, oh my God, this is amazing. I'm looking for you to have the kind of manifestation that gets you more like, like a deep, like a luscious, like a contentment. It feels just so for you, right? This is this kind of gravity that I want for you as a person. And so please come and sign up for the live audio event that's on June 21st. If you want to work with me, if you want to take the class with me to do Theta Healing, it's a 3-day training where you'll get certified. It's in July. It's a weekend of July 21st. We start for 3 days. So you can do that. But in any case, I'm happy to connect. We can message on LinkedIn. Stay flexible, sometimes, being stubborn is a very good thing. And sometimes being open to more ease is the way to go. So just trust yourself. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go back on the little stream to see if you're alive. If you want to ask a question, I think the best would be to send through the message in LinkedIn. There might be a different way to do it. I see a couple of you here. I'm so grateful that you were here connected. And oh, thank you, Uwe. I see messages actually. Yes, Uwe stayed with me in New York City from Germany. I've seen you traveling all over South Africa, so I'm really excited to see you here. Thank you for connecting. And that's it. I wish you a wonderful rest of your weekend. Please have fun. Please go for a walk and, enjoy being on this earth. This is a cool. I know we have the TV and there's difficult stuff in it, but remember that, take a bath, take a nap and go for a walk. There's beautiful people out there. There's beautiful things to experience together. So with a little bit of focus, we can give ourselves a wonderful opportunity to exchange and connect. So thank you for being here. I hope to continue showing up for these video and audio things. I really love LinkedIn because it feels more useful. So I hope I'm helpful and that you enjoyed this time with me. So thank you so much.